is Acidical Portal, and welcome back to my coding lessons. Let's get started. So today we're going to learn about some if and else statements. So these are very important when it comes to alterations and things you want to do depending. Well, that's probably not the best way to explain it, but basically what they do is they are a special type of command in the code that cause things to happen, but only if it's equivalent to something. So it's kind of like a coin with two sides. There's an event that happens because, so for example, if the block is red, that event will trigger and that thing will happen. But for example, if the block is not red, something else will happen instead because the block isn't red. So I know this might sound kind of confusing, but we'll just make a script right now. So I'm gonna insert a script into the workspace like this. And, well, we can also just kind of reference a part either way, but I'm gonna put a part into the world. You know what I'm actually gonna do? It doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna put the the script inside of the part. And now the parent is this part right here. So, if we want to start writing code, this is how we're going to do it. So, when we start with an if statement, or the if command, this is what happens. So, you type if, and we're going to type script. Now we're referencing. Now we're referencing the part. So, we're telling the computer that this is the script. Now we want to do parent. You guys probably want to watch my other videos too, or other tutorials if you want to get a better understanding of what I'm doing. But if you know the basics, you might not have a problem with this. So, got transparency. This is just the thing we're just gonna edit right here in the what are we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna just do the appearance, the physical appearance to it. Sometimes I don't remember everything, but that's okay. And we're gonna also do something. No, actually, let's do anchored. I'm sorry, anchored, because this one's kind of easier. We want it to be equal to true. So basically, we want this. So if this was a normal piece of code, we wouldn't have this there, and it would just be script.parent.anchored with one equal sign. So let's lift this in the air. It is not anchored right now, but when we play the game, it should be anchored right now. Let's wait a moment. Sometimes it takes time. So I could have just gone into, the game without my character, but this part is anchored, and if we stop the game and we go back into this, now it is not anchored and it will fall because this is not turned on. So basically what we do with an if statement is we add an if right here at the beginning, because this tells the code that all of this right here is going to be part of an if statement. So we add two equal signs. Now, you might be asking, why don't we just add one equal sign? Well, when I delete this, it causes a red error right there, because if we just did it without that second one, the code would just, it wouldn't run. So we add a second one because we have to tell the script that it is equal, that the if is equal to the true. So the if that makes sense. This right here is equal to this right here when the code runs. Now that's not it. We put a then after any piece of regular command right here, all of this highlighted. We put a then after that, and then don't worry about the end, just keep it there. That just automatically is put there by ROBLOX, but it ends the code. We want to do, let's do I want to add some other stuff to it. So let's do script.parents.brick_color. Oh yeah, what you want to do with brick color is you want to do a brick color. This is how you want to type it right here. All this right here, you want to do brick color equals brick color, because that it has to be equals to itself to give the colors. It's hard to explain, but it makes sense the more you learn about it. So this allows it, when we do brick color equals brick color, this allows it to be a string. So I'm going to do really red, because that's a thing right here. So if script.parent.anchored equals true, then script.parent.brickcolor equals brick color, really red. Alright, I'm going to speak in English, not code. That basically means that if anchored is equal to true, this part right here is going to turn red. So since it's not anchored right now, it's not going to turn red because wait, what was I saying? I was saying if this part is not anchored, it's not going to turn red. If it is anchored, it will turn red. So basically, this is where the else comes in. They run, if and else run hand in hand. So you always want to have if, then, and else right here. And then below the else, you want to put another piece of code inside of this chunk right here. So I'm going to do script.parent.brick_color equals brick color. Sorry, I'm not the best at typing. I'm gonna go with black because this kind of symbolizes otherwise. So if the part is anchored, so this piece of code is complete right here. If the part is anchored, it should run. Or it should turn red. So let's anchor this, right? Alright, I'm sorry, it's already anchored, so let's run. Yeah, I'm really sorry, I made a really bad mistake. So, well, it's not a really bad one, but you want to put new right here all the time or it's not going to run. So, don't forget that. I forgot it myself, so now it should work. Yeah, there we go. So basically, because it's anchored, right here it's anchored, it turned red, and alright, there we go. It turned red, so basically now I'm gonna unanchor it, or actually, if is equal to true, then I'm gonna try to do something. If script.parent.anchored is equal to true, So I'm gonna unanchor this and see what happens. Yeah. See, now it is black and it fell because it is not anchored, and it is not red because it is not anchored like that. So there we go. Let's move on to another example. So I just deleted the whole thing because I want to give many examples of how this works. I know this is really confusing, but the more you learn about it, the more it gets easier. There's not really a starting point. I mean, they are, but you just kind of have to put in information and get information from sources you find online, and over time it eventually comes naturally to you, but just don't give up. Like, you have to go through the hard parts. So the next part I'm gonna do this one quicker because I don't want this video to drag too long. So I'm gonna add another script inside of here. So I'm gonna do if script dot parent dot transparency. Also, you can press tab to autofill right here, and it will fill in the first thing that comes up on the search right there. 0.5 because this is a meter, so we want to use a number for this because it's on a scale of 0 to 1, and then we want to put a then right here, and then the end adds there, don't worry. Script dot parent dot material equals marble. I chose that for my thing, and this right here is like this because it's a string, because that's the value. These are called values, by the way, the 0.5 and the marble. This basically right here on this side, these are all values. This is a Boolean because it's a check, so it's either true or false. But the next part, actually I'm going to try something. So I'm going to insert a point light. This basically just makes the part light up. Wait, if we turn the sky to nighttime, maybe you'll see it better. I'm going to try to do something with, I'm going to turn it to midnight, if I didn't mean to do that. So there's a little bit of light emitting, but not much. So basically what we're going to do is, when we reference, we need to put an else right here. But if we want to reference this, we have to do script dot parent. If we want to reference the point light, we have to do script dot parent. So we have to go to the parent right here, and then we have to do point light because basically we have to go back to point light because it's like we're at the script, and then we're up here at the parent, and then we click point light. So that's basically what it does. Point light dot brightness equals 10. So this is the end of this code, but basically we put it to, if the transparency is 5 or 0.5, I'm sorry, half invisible, it's gonna set the material of the brick to marble. But if it is not equal to 0.5, it's going to turn the block really, really bright, and it's gonna turn the brightness all the way up. So if we run this, actually, you know what? So since the transparency is not 0.5, it is 0, it should turn really, really bright when we run this. Just like I determined, because the value is not is not 0.5. So now let's try to test the other way. So let's set the transparency to 0.5, and it should turn to marble. I don't know if you can see it very well, but hold on about this. Yeah, I'll try to turn it up here, but yeah, it is now transparent and marble and green. Looks pretty cool. So I decided to kind of quit it right there because it just was taking too long to figure out, and I didn't want to run the video too long. But I eventually figured it out earlier on, so I don't think it really matters. I hope you guys get the point by the end of this video. It's a pretty long video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed and at least learned something. I know I'm not the best at explaining things, but there's other YouTubers out there that do similar kind of content, so if you enjoyed, check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day.